Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And welcome to another edition of the State of the Saints podcast live on YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. Got a good show lined up for you. And I want to say to each and every one of you that are checking in, thank you so much for your time. Tonight, or this morning, or this evening, or whenever you're watching this, we are going to be talking about Micheal Thomas. That's right. We're talking about Can't Guard Mike. Of course, you probably know by now that Micheal Thomas received a 99 rating on Madden football or Madden NFL 21, the new video game that is going to come out late August. And surprisingly, you got a lot of people out here that got something to say, a lot of criticism for Can't Guard Mike. So we're going to be talking about Micheal Thomas tonight. We're going to be talking about, some of the critics out here. And is he the best wide receiver in the NFL? Okay. First, let's go ahead and start it off, man. This has been a conversation that has been going on for months, especially this offseason, ever since Micheal Thomas was awarded NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Okay. The NFL's Offensive Player of the Year. Ever since he's won that award, people have been trying to throw shade. People have been trying to dismiss his accolades. People have really been going in on Micheal Thomas and saying that he is just a system player and all he does is run a few routes. It's a lot of people out here. Most of them are Falcon fans, and I'm going to get to them in a minute. But people have really been going in on Micheal Thomas, and I just don't understand it. The whole premise, the whole point for a wide receiver, okay, the whole reason why they are in existence is for them to catch the football. That's their primary job, okay, to catch the football. Nobody cares how they catch the football. The only thing they do, okay, the most important thing, I don't want to say the only thing, the most important thing that they do is when a quarterback throws the ball in their direction, they catch the football. I really do not understand how anybody could criticize a guy that had over 140 receptions, an NFL record. Who cares how he got it? Who cares if he's not running 9 routes and taking the top off the defense? Who the hell cares? Micheal Thomas is one of the most sure-handed wide receivers in NFL, period. Okay, in the NFL. This guy just consistently just gets better every single year. Okay, he had 92 receptions his rookie year. I think he had like 110 or 112 his second year, 125 his third year, and 149 his this last year. That is what you want. It's called production. Okay. He is one of the most productive wide receivers in the National Football League. And look, I completely understand. He's not the most exciting wide receiver that we ever seen. He doesn't have the speed of a Tyreek Hill or Deshaun Jackson. He doesn't have the leaping ability of a Randy Moss. He doesn't have the physically imposing body like a Julio or a Megatron. But all the guy does is his job, and he does it really well. So I really do not understand how people can criticize him. The only logical explanation that I have, the only logical explanation that I can have to people that are dismissing Micheal Thomas is that they're haters, okay? And I'm pretty sure they got a lot of them. Most of them are Falcon fans, which I'm about to get to in a minute. But I want to say to everybody that has joined the live, thank you very much. Kenterio, thank you very much. Brian in the building. Chosen. He says, always good to see you and hear from you. I appreciate that, man. Good to hear from you too. Always good to see your shots out and everything like that. Brent, thank you very much. Jerry Poor in the building. Brian says, do I play Madden? Hold on one second. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. Do I play Madden? Yes, I do. Okay. I know this look kind of crazy right now because it's a black screen, but yes, this is a copy of Madden 20. I do play Madden. Okay. Just wanted to prove that. Let's see. Let's go. The truth hurts. I was watching the critics on ESPN, and some of those critics were saying that Michael Thomas shouldn't have 99 overall on Madden 21. I wonder what the hell they've been smoking on. Laughing, laugh out loud. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll get to that in a minute. Who that to you, TJ? Cedric, thank you very much. Darnell says they don't watch any Saints games from the first game of the season to the last game of the season. Yeah. I'll be ripping them. But the thing is that Michael Thomas' fart game is weak. He can't pass gas on slant at all. Hence the criticism. I guess so, man. Let's see. Who that? Dwayne, what's going on, man? Are you getting Madden 21? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of skeptical about it because I do want a PS5. You know what I'm saying? Like I want a PS5, so I don't know if I want to wait for next gen or not. I might just still get it, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. But back to this Michael Thomas situation, man. Look, I understand the truth hurts. I get what you're saying. Okay, people are criticizing Michael Thomas. Number one, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. It's the fact that he plays for the New Orleans Saints. That's right. I said it. It's the fact that he plays for the New Orleans Saints is the reason why he is getting most of this criticism, and it's the reason why his accomplishments are being dismissed. If Michael Thomas played for the Steelers, if Michael Thomas played for the Eagles, if Michael Thomas, oh my goodness, played for the Cowboys, there is no way the national sports media would be criticizing him at all. It's the fact that he plays for the lowly Saints, a franchise that is known for being snake bit, a franchise that is not as popular or doesn't have the history that is illustrious like a Packers, like a Cowboys, like a Steelers. And that is one of the main reasons why they are getting on Michael Thomas. But guess what? Nobody cares. You can dismiss this man all you want to. You cannot deny his numbers, okay? This guy is a two-time first-team All-Pro. He is a two-time reception leader since he's been in the league for 4 years. He is the fastest player, okay, to get to 400 receptions in NFL history. Right now, he stands at 470 receptions. He has 52 touchdowns in his career. And, you know what I'm saying, I think he's close to 5,000 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So people can hate on this guy all they want. This guy has had the best 4 years in NFL history. And that is something that you can't knock. And people will say stuff like, well, he a system player. He a system player. That tells me right there, people don't watch Saints football. I've seen Teddy Bridgewater throw Michael Thomas the football. I've seen Taysom Hill throw Michael Thomas the football. I've seen Drew Brees throw Michael Thomas the football. What that tells me is no matter who's throwing this guy the football, he is going to catch it. I also heard that all he does is run slants. I say that to say this. Running slants, getting separation from a guy that can jam you at the line of scrimmage for 5 yards is one of the toughest things that you can do. You got to have a combination of strength, good feet, and you got to have really good hands to get order for you to get that separation. For anybody that's saying that automatically tells me they know not a damn thing about football. They never put on a pair of cleats. They never put on shoulder pads or a helmet. And anybody that has ever played wide receiver or tight end, you know one of the toughest routes to run is a quick slant or an out route. It is one of the toughest routes to run. It is so easy for a guy to run a 9 route if he has breakout speed. Because after 5 yards, the cornerback can no longer touch you. If he does, it's holding or pass interference. People are speaking out loud and they are exposing themselves for the posing fans that they are. What they need to do is shut the hell up and actually watch the guy play. Okay? Maybe the sports media is so busy focusing on the Cowboys. Maybe they're too busy focusing on the Eagles and hoping and wishing and praying that somebody out the NFC East makes it to the Super Bowl so they can have something that they really want. They don't want to be talking about the Saints. They don't want to be talking about Michael Thomas. They don't want to give nobody from the Saints an award. They don't want to give Drew Brees awards. They snubbed Drew Brees from the 100 team. They snubbed him on several occasions for MVP. And you know what I'm saying? Anytime that Drew Brees comes up in a discussion, they start talking about, well, he never won MVP, but he's the all-time leading passer. This is the type of crap that I am talking about. The national sports media are some of the most biased individuals I have ever seen. I will not believe if this was somebody like Dez Bryant or Antonio Brown, or even, or we can even go to Devontae Adams. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can even go to him. If this was one of them, they would be yelling from the rooftops, Madden got it right. Madden got it right. But it's a guy who is just a short-handed guy, not the fastest guy in the world, and he basically just gets separation of technique and strength. And all of a sudden, they have something to say from the bottom of my heart. And I think I'm saying this for everybody in the Who Dat Nation. I'm pretty sure they echo our sentiments when I'm about to say this. The national media and people hating on Michael Thomas can go to hell. Okay? Like, straight up. Y'all can go to hell. And for my Falcon fans out there, my Falcon fans that's bringing up Julio, what about Julio? What about Julio? Now, I've said on this show that if we're talking about longevity and guys still being in the league, yes, I feel like Julio Jones is a better wide receiver. When we talking about overall ability, okay? But right now, if we're looking at stats and we're looking at consistency and we're looking at a guy that continuously gets better and evolves, then Michael Thomas is better than Julio Jones, okay? People are still holding on to 2015 Julio when they went to the Super Bowl and he had all these straight spectacular catches, and he was the best player on the field in that Super Bowl, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, Julio hasn't done a damn thing in like 5 years. Julio has won games without getting not even getting a touchdown. I think he had like 2 touchdowns like last season or something like that. He went like 9 games without even, you know what I'm saying, getting into the end zone. Like, Julio Jones, say what you want to say about him, but in reality, he is falling off a cliff slowly right before your eyes. This is one of those nostalgia acts right here. It's almost like Joe Montana, right? Okay, Joe Montana is forever going to be considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. A lot of people will put him before Tom Brady, but Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowls. Tom Brady has been to the Super Bowl 9 times. You can make an argument to say that he has surpassed him, but nobody would say that. They would say it's blasphemous, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. Okay, but that's the thing about Julio. People like holding on to him. The Atlanta Falcons, they feel like that is their guy. They feel like that's the guy that they can rep in the face of the Who Dat Nation. But you can have all the Julio Joneses you want. The fact of the matter is, y'all still suck, and you still have never won a Super Bowl. Okay, and how pathetic is that? Okay, you ought to be ashamed. You ought to let Madden get this rating right. You know what I'm saying? You should say, yeah, Madden got it right, because I wouldn't want to believe that a guy that has a 99 rating is on my team, and yet I can't make a Super Bowl. Okay, that is something that you all need to understand. Okay, I understand that you're jealous of the Saints. The Saints done won the division 3 times, and it seems like y'all don't know what y'all need to do. You know what I'm saying? Your owner out here looking like Count Chocula. Your head coach, he holding on for dear life with his job. The GM that y'all have should have been fired about 5-6 years ago. Okay, the best coach that y'all ever had just so happens to be coaching in San Francisco. I get it. But don't hate on Michael Thomas, because y'all don't have what it takes to go to the playoffs. Y'all don't have what it takes to have a wide receiver who's supposed to be the best, never won Offensive Player of the Year. Okay, that belongs to Michael Thomas. Doesn't have the all-time receiving record, but Michael Thomas does. So don't hate on this man because y'all can't get the job done. Don't get mad at this man because y'all have the quote-unquote best receiver today, and you can't win a Super Bowl. So that's what I got to say to Atlanta Falcon fans, which I know the fact is y'all just jealous of Michael Thomas. That's why y'all keep on talking about 9 routes. I mean, Falcon fans, y'all can miss me with that. Like I said, a Falcon fan is hard to find, but a Falcon fan that knows football is even harder to find. Okay? If you still up here talking about 9 routes, miss me. Okay? Miss me. The national media says, is that how you feel, TJ? Forget you too, then TJ. Well, national media, once again, y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all can kiss the Who Dat Nation ass, because we know for a fact that you guys just do not like the New Orleans Saints. Y'all just don't like talking about the New Orleans Saints. That's why every conversation, if it involves Drew Brees, they try to bring some other national media team in the conversation so they can dominate the conversation with that national team. I've seen people talk about Tom Brady and Drew Brees stats and this, that, and the third, and they'll spend a 12-minute segment, about 2 minutes of that segment talking about Brees, and a 10-minute conversation they having about Tom Brady. The Saints do not get any respect for being one of the best teams in the National Football League. Anytime somebody starts talking about the Saints, they never talk about how good they are. And when the Saints are probably the best team in the league, they're always making an argument that somebody else is better. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The national media wants you to believe that the Green Bay Packers are a better team than the New Orleans Saints. I don't care if they were a 2 seed. You've seen what happened to them in the NFC Championship game. I don't care what anybody says. If the Saints would have went to San Francisco, okay, I'm not going to say that there wasn't a strong possibility they could have lost still, but I guarantee you they wouldn't have their manhood taken on the field like the Green Bay Packers did in that championship game. I don't care what anybody says, but that's what the media does. That's what the media does, folks. They try to change the narrative. They try to dismiss the accolades and the achievement of teams that they feel like are beneath them. But guess what? The New Orleans Saints are one of the best teams in the league. They're the best team on Madden, right? They're ranked number 1. Okay, as far as rosters, they're ranked number 2. You know what I'm saying? As far as like teams making the Super Bowl, they're in that top 5. So national media, once again, do your Googles, do your research, and you can try to be one of those people that just feel like you want to manipulate and try to move people around like a players on a chessboard. But check this out. Smart people, smart fans, intelligent football fans know for a fact that Michael Thomas, arguably right now, okay, is the best wide receiver in football. And for people that's making this like this is like blasphemous, you're showing yourself, okay? You're exposing yourself for the non-football knowing behind you that you are. Haters just love to hate. Yeah, they hate, man. TJ won't evolve in an entanglement. Nah, man. No, I don't, man. These are actually some shirts that are available right now, as a matter of fact, man. You can get your entanglement t-shirt. I'll put the description down there. You can check it out. I got the entanglement t-shirts. I got the entanglement face masks. I got the entanglement mugs. I'll put that description down there, man. So if you're interested in a shirt, check it out. Even if PS5 is coming out because we are in a pandemic, yeah, I think it's still going to come out. I don't think that's going to affect anything. Yeah, Calvin Ridley is going to be the number 1 pretty soon. Yeah, pretty much. And he ain't that good. He okay. Was that a slant when Michael Thomas burnt past Marcus Peters? Nope. Was that a slant when the Saints were driving and the play before Traquan Smith got into the end zone? Was that a slant? Because I think the last time I checked, that was Michael Thomas streaking down the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? Like and Drew Brees throwing in the ball, and he caught that pass over 2 defenders. I mean, I'm just saying, was that a streak when they played the 49ers a couple years ago? You know what I'm saying? He caught that ball in the back of the end zone. Was that a streak when the Saints completely dissected the Philadelphia Eagles in the regular season in 2018, and he caught that pass over 2 defenders? I mean, like I said before, this is a guy that the national media don't pay that much attention to. Okay. I mean, if it wasn't for his Twitter handle and some of the things that he said, that a lot of people feel like that was off the rails, nobody even would be giving this guy the recognition that he deserved. So, I mean, people like, man, I wish Micheal Thomas a be quiet on social media. I mean, I feel like if he didn't, nobody would even know who this guy is. They won't even give this guy the respect he deserved. Already read that. We don't even let me see. We don't even throw PS5 coming out because we are in a pandemic. Time will tell. Yeah, man. I mean, time will tell, but I think they still gonna come out. Yo, Trail, I was just thinking that they drafted AJ Terrell. Man, AJ Terrell, God bless him. I think that he has the potential to be a really good cornerback, but we all know that the general manager and the front office of the Atlanta Falcons are a complete dumpster fire. Okay, they're a complete dumpster fire. They basically all they do, and this goes to tell you how pathetic that they are. All they do is counteract anything the Saints do. Most teams just focus on trying to rebuild their team, build their team up through the draft to try to make themselves competitive with everybody. If the Saints go out here and get a top wide receiver, then they're gonna try to go out here and get a cornerback. If the Saints go out here and get a cornerback, or the Saints have a high-powered offense, they're going out there getting about 3-4 wide receivers in the draft. They have no rhyme, no reason. They have very little leadership inside of their locker rooms, inside of their front office. It seems like, the blind is leading the blind. Once again, Count Chocula do not want to fire the general manager of the Atlanta Falcons, the guy who has been holding them back, in my opinion. The best decision he ever made was hiring Kyle Shanahan, and the worst decision he ever made was allowing Kyle Shanahan to go. The guy who got you there, the guy that got you to the Super Bowl, the guy that had the team a high-powered offense, you decided to let him go for Dan Quinn, a guy who was masquerading as a good defensive coordinator, because we all know that Pete Carroll is a really good defensive-minded coach. And once it's one of those Bill Belichick situations with Matt Patricia. Dan Quinn, I mean, come on, knock it off. And the only reason why let's go ahead and be honest about this, Falcon fans. I want y'all to understand this, okay? When you're going up against a team in your division, I don't care if the team that you're going up against has a losing record, because you got the footage, because you understand tendencies, because you know your division rival, there's a strong possibility that you can win. So congratulations. You want to talk about 28-9 or whatever that score was, fine. But let's go ahead and look at this 49ers game that y'all probably go ahead and say, well, we beat the 49ers. Y'all didn't beat them. Understand this, okay? You had Dan Quinn going up against Kyle Shanahan. Last time I checked, Kyle Shanahan was the Falcons offensive coordinator. And who was the coach? Oh, yeah, it was Dan Quinn. So you had Dan Quinn versus Kyle Shanahan in OTAs, in minicamp, in training camp, in practice during that season. So miss me with that like y'all on the rise or something like that. Y'all not that good, and y'all got lucky a little bit towards the end of the season, but you still was 7-9, and you still missed the playoffs, and you still don't have a pass rush to save your mama life. If your mama was hanging on a cliff right now, and they said your defensive ends have to get to the quarterback in order to save your mama's life, guess what? Your mom is going for a plunge, okay? All you're going to hear, ah! You know why? Because you can't get a pass rush. Anyway, let's move on. What makes you say that about the Falcons front office? Come on, man. Come on. How many times have they got guys in the draft that didn't pan out? Number one case in point, let's talk about Tack McKinley, okay? Let's talk about Tack, okay? The guy who, was so emotional. He had a picture of his grandmother in his arms and stuff like that. And I was rooting for the guy, even though he played for the Falcons, He's talking about how his grandmother passed and she didn't get an opportunity to see him. And he was like really fired up and passionate. Dion had to calm him down. Bust, okay? Let's talk about Kroy Biermann, okay? Let's talk about Kroy Biermann, the guy that was a better reality TV star than he was as a pass rusher. Man, let's talk about some of these linebackers that they had. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Witherspoon. You know what I'm saying? Like straight hot garbage. Okay. The only thing you can say about it is Debo Jones. You know what I'm saying? Debo Jones is a good linebacker. But the rest of them linebackers they had on their team, straight hot garbage. Let's talk about Vic Beasley. Can we talk about that? Oh, Vic Beasley coming out of Clemson. Oh, man, this is going to be the guy. Turns out that the guy was actually playing for the same team, Clemson, but his name was Grady Jarrett, not Vic Beasley. Wasted money, time, and space. Had one good season. One. And what happened? Okay, let's talk about Keanu Neal. You know what I'm saying? Solid safety, but I couldn't tell. Why? Because he always hurt. Never on the field. Went back to back, missing entire seasons. Okay, and then you have Casey out there who just want to hit people, but has no technique, can't really cover, and gets burnt at least 3 times a game. So he'll catch a pick, and he plays with a lot of passion. So I say that to say this. They suck. Front office sucks for the Atlanta Falcons. I just gave you several demonstrations on why I say that. They're not that good. They're not that good. I'm sorry. Anybody that thinks that the Atlanta Falcons front office is good, I got some oceanfront property that I want to sell you out there in Martha's Vineyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, holla at me. Holla at me. Do you believe that Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in football? Yeah, I do. If we're talking about production and we're talking about a guy that stays healthy and we talk about a guy that's hungry and we talk about a guy that's passionate, absolutely, I do. I would choose Christian McCaffrey over Ty Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, or any of these other guys out here, Adam Jones, Saquon Barkley. I would pick him over all those guys because of his passion and his durability. And you wouldn't think he would be that durable for a guy his size, but he is. I hope I ain't jinx him. You know, I mean, I know we want the Panthers to lose every time they play the Saints, but I actually like Christian McCaffrey. I like seeing him play. What up, TJ? What's your opinion on Charles Grant? Charles Grant was my guy back in the days. Charles Grant, decent, wasn't really great. I say decent. Wasn't good, decent. Okay. I'm up and down with Charles Grant because I feel like Charles Grant coming out of Georgia, pretty doggone good first couple of years. Then he started reading his little press clippings, and I guess he spent too much time at Emeril Lagasse's restaurant because he ballooned up and he started getting slow, and then he started getting hurt. And I don't know, man. He just kind of faded to black. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, Will Smith came through the door, and he really became an afterthought. So I like Charles Grant, you know what I'm saying, for a couple of years that he had, but I think he should have put the fork and spoon down and stop, eating all that boudin and you know what I'm saying, that red beans and rice, man. I mean, I understand it, man. Emeril Lagasse, bam, great food, but at the same time, man, like when people know your name, they're like, cheers. That's a problem. The Saints are a competition now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's what's good with the NFC South. It could be a battle. No one team winning it outright. Look, I understand that. But the Saints are still on top. Okay? Look, you can't say, I like wrestling. Y'all already know. You can't say that Ric Flair not the man if he's the world heavyweight champion. Okay? And Dusty Rhodes, you know what I'm saying, is like a contender. You can't say that. Okay? You got to give respect to the nature boy. Woo! Ric Flair, because he's the champ. Okay? And then you can talk about Dusty Rhodes. You can talk about Dusty Baby. You can talk about him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the Saints are on top. And I don't care what any of these other teams got to say. They can talk about Tampa. They can keep on shoving Tampa down our throat all day, all night. But at the end of the day, once again, the New Orleans Saints are that team in this division. Until they get knocked off, I'm going to continue to say it. man, he looks just like Count Chocolate. I'm telling y'all, man, the dude look like straight Count Chocolate, man. Arthur Blank reminds me of two people, okay? Number one is Count Chocolate, because every time I look at the guy, for some apparent reason, I want some Count Chocolate cereal, or I just start thinking about breakfast. And another guy that he reminds me of is from the back in the days in the 60s. I know y'all probably know this guy, Vincent Price, okay? Some of you probably know who I'm talking about right now. Vincent Price, he reminds me of, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was on Masterpiece Theater back in the day, okay? He had one of them smooth voices, really scary, you know what I'm saying? If you like a 4 or 5-year-old kid, probably don't want to watch him late at night on PBS on Channel 12, but he reminds me of him. Those are two people he remind me of, okay? But, I mean, Count Chocolate needs to get a new GM. If Michael Thomas played for the Cowboys, nobody would have had a problem giving him his credit. That's what I said. He probably would have won MVP last year, among other things. I respect Julio, but people need to stop acting like Julio ain't got Matt Ryan, who is a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Michael Thomas clearly deserves a 99 rating. Even though I feel like Matt Ryan needs a couple more years before we start putting him in a conversation of a Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying? Or he got to definitely win a Super Bowl in order for him to be a surefire Hall of Famer, or you're going to have to wait some years. Because if Ken Anderson isn't in a Hall of Fame, and for some, I always mention Ken Anderson on the show because he was an underrated quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals in the 70s, and he's still not in the Hall of Fame. He had all of the numbers. He had the completion percentage, but he has never graced the Hall of Fame. And I feel like looking at this league right now that's pass happy and people just throwing the ball all over the place, eventually Matt Ryan's stats are going to not seem as spectacular. Okay, so he probably going to have to win a Super Bowl in order for him to, you know, solidify himself as a Hall of Famer. But I want to say this. I say that to say this, though. And that is a great point. I want to make sure I give Zach his credit on that. But people are always talking about system quarterbacks. They always talking about system players, okay? They say that Michael Thomas is a system player. What is that? What is that? A system player is somebody that is a cog, right? They have success because of that particular system, okay? They're good at it. They master that particular they master that particular system, okay? But it's kind of equivalent to a person that majors in mathematics, right? If all of your classes are math classes, you're going to excel, okay? I mean, that's just what it is. That's like somebody getting mad at a math major for making all A's in all of his math classes. That's his focus, okay? And that is nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, we say it all the time. What happens if this guy comes to this team? He would have a much better career. We say this all the time. We're talking about this with Jameis Winston. We're saying that Jameis didn't do what he needed to do because of the organization that he went to. People start bringing up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being a snake men franchise, one of the worst winning percentages in sports history. That's what they start bringing up. Okay, so why is it on one hand we can have a conversation about guys coming into a system, but then we criticize guys that actually get into a system that works for them? You know who was a system guy? Tom Brady was a system guy. Last time I checked, Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick, and he was backing up Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe was supposed to be the guy. Drew Bledsoe was supposed to be the guy with the multiple Super Bowls. Drew Bledsoe was supposed to be the guy that's mentioned, being a surefire Hall of Famer and a top 100 team. Not Tom Brady, but Drew Bledsoe goes down. He gets hurt. All of a sudden, in comes Tom Brady. Oh my goodness! I mean, is Tom Brady the 1st-round draft pick? Was he Dan Marino? Was he John Elway? I mean, was he Patrick Mahomes? No, he was not. He was a guy, okay? A guy that was holding a clipboard and just thankful that he had a job. But he went in, and under the tutelage of the offensive coordinators and head coach Bill Belichick, he emerged as the greatest of all time. For 20 years, he stayed in that system with the New England Patriots. And because he stayed in that system, it worked for him. So I don't see what's bad about being in a system that works for them. Another person that was in a system, Joe Montana. Joe Montana was a system quarterback. Joe Montana was a quarterback that got introduced to a new concept called the West Coast offense that was given to him by his head coach, Bill Walsh. Nobody knew what the West Coast offense was, but he went into the system and became one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And so did Jerry Rice, a guy from Mississippi Valley State. Okay, I understand. I know about Mississippi Valley State. We used to play them all the time. They're in the SWAC. They're in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the same conference as my alma mater, Jackson State University. He went to a historical black college that was in a small town called Itta Bena. Okay, if you blink, you miss that. But he goes to Candlestick Park. He goes to the 49ers, and he becomes the greatest wide receiver of all time, the Michael Jordan of wide receivers. And why is that? Do you think that it would have happened if he probably went to the Seahawks? Probably not. You think that would have happened if he probably went to the Los Angeles Rams? Probably not. What about the Chicago Bears, who were known for defense? Probably not. So don't give me that argument about systems. Systems make guys great, okay? When you go into the right system, that's how you become great. Just a little food for thought for all those people out there. I like to let that be known. Thanks for dapping me up. Thanks for dapping me up there, TJ. Shout out to Beyond the Great. No, I ain't even going there with you, man. Dusty Rose, man. Shouts out to Dusty Rose, man. Rest in peace. Yeah, baby. Hard times, baby. What's up, TJ? Why are these turd burglars Falcon fans in the chat? I don't care if they are in the chat. They need to hear this. Falcon fans are delusional. Like, if you think that your team is better than the New Orleans Saints, you're delusional. If you think that your team have a better front office than the New Orleans Saints front office, you're delusional. And if you don't think that Julio Jones has fell off just a tad bit over the past 5 years, yes, you are delusional. You can defend your fans, you can defend your team all you want to, but it still don't defeat the fact that the Saints are better. They have been dominating you all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all finally won a game in the regular season for the first time in about 2 years? So the way I look at it, like Atlanta, like Falcon fans, they need to understand that y'all not that. Y'all not all that. Like y'all like the Saints may have been choking in the playoffs over the past couple of years, but people look at you all as the poster child for choke jobs. Okay? 28-3 is forever going to be with you all until you win a Super Bowl. And then it probably would expound, you know what I'm saying, that. I mean, people still talk about it, but it probably won't hurt as much. Y'all need to get yourself together. I'm just saying. Like, come to me like when y'all actually do something. Matt Ryan folded like a chair at a family cookout in the Super Bowl. Yep. Yeah, him and Kyle Shanahan, because they should have ran a football. You run a football with a lead. Why were they throwing a ball? I have no idea. Speed for life. Breeze got a ring. Falcons got an empty trophy case. I mean, facts. TJ, no lie. You know my age, right? I bought the original PS3 in 07. I was so addicted. I had 996 hours on U.S. Navy SEALs confrontation game. I bought the PS4 and gave it to my son. I brought two and never opened them. Yeah, man. I'm a gamer, man. Like, I'm not as gamer as much as I used to, Dwayne. Like, I mean, I wear many hats these days, you know what I'm saying? From doing 2 podcasts, from, you know what I'm saying, working at the radio station, from being a dad, just all kind of different things, man. So, I mean, I play when I can, you know what I'm saying? I sit down and play and, you know, just kind of, you know, just to, you know, get back to it. Speed Falcon for life. Matt Ryan is a Hall of Famer already. I don't think so. He may be a Hall of Famer, but he ain't not a first ballot. I mean, but like Deion said, they're letting everybody in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? It's like Oprah. You get a jacket. You get a jacket. You know, like, so, I mean, but he not a first ballot. I would like, I don't hate Matt Ryan. Like that's maybe crazy to say, and I may shock a lot of people, but I don't hate Matt Ryan. I don't. I think that Matt Ryan is much better than people give him credit for. I think that the fact that he plays in a division that has been dominated mostly by Drew Brees, I think that it kind of hurt him, and that Super Bowl didn't really help. You know, I just feel like he needs to win another Super Bowl. But I got to be real with you, man. I don't know if they're going to re-sign him again. He might have to go somewhere else. Matt Ryan may end up being the next starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. And maybe he'll win a Super Bowl then. I don't know, because I can't see the Falcons winning those Super Bowls within the next 3 years. I don't. Not as long as they got that GM. I'm just trying to help y'all out right now. I'm just like, I mean, honestly, man, you got to investigate. Okay, you got to look and figure things out. You got to leave your emotions. You know what I'm saying? You got to leave your emotions on the table, put it on the shelf, and just really focus and see why y'all been dealing with this. And think about the one constant that y'all had, the same face. Okay. And I get it. I understand why he's still a GM, because of his dad. His dad was I think a successful general manager in the league for a long time. So you know that, man. We already know about all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nepotism. But he's not that good. He's not his dad. And when y'all understand that, and wouldn't it be crazy though? I hate to say this. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't it be crazy if the Falcons fire their general manager and they end up hiring Jeff Ireland? Like, wouldn't that be crazy? Because now, like, there's no rule set in place where coaches can deny front office people interviews. They can't do that anymore. So wouldn't that be crazy? Like, if the Falcons end up getting Jeff Ireland? I'm just saying, man. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. Matt Ryan's bomb. Matt Ryan will win the Super Bowl this year. I don't know about that, man. Y'all got a lot of work to do. I'm just being real. Y'all got a lot of work to do. I mean, y'all did a lot of great things down the stretch. I mean, I think the Raheem Moore move and y'all moving these coaches around, that was some good moves. Y'all did the right thing, and it helped. And y'all were looking real good down the stretch. But I just feel like too little, too late, man. Y'all got to come with it. Y'all and y'all need to stop starting off slow. Mike T deserves the 99 rating, but I am just mad that Julio never got his. Look, Julio deserved to have a 99. Like, I think that year where he almost had over 2,000 yards and he never got that, I think that he deserves that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't like. I really, but me personally, I don't feel like he deserves a 99 right now. Can't give him a lifetime achievement award 99. You know what I'm saying? Just because you never gave him one. His numbers have dwindled, and you know what I'm saying, and his trips to the touchdown have dwindled. And I feel like he's not the same guy he was 5 years ago. System players, meaning he'll fit any system in the NFL. I mean, the people don't look at it that way though, Dwayne. They don't. But I mean, I don't look at it that way. I feel differently from you on that one, Dwayne. I feel like a system player is a guy. Like, I feel like Lance Moore was a system player. Robert Meacham was a system player. Devery Henderson was a system player. You know what I'm saying? Like, some guys in the system just excel better than others. Okay, but they still are productive in that particular system. Jameis is greater than Hill, in my opinion. I mean, based on the numbers and the production and being on the field, it's hard to argue with that, Derek. Matt Ryan has a better chance of having a career-ending injury in week 1 than winning in a Super Bowl this year. Man, nah, man, we ain't going to do that, man. Knock on wood for that. I don't want to see Matt Ryan get hurt. Look, I feel like every football player, whether I like them or not, whether they play for a team I don't like, I want them to finish their career on their own terms. I mean, I don't want to see a guy lose his career, you know, just for the simple fact, be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope he has longevity. I hope he retires when he wants to retire. Brian Pearson, Drew Brees won't make the playoffs and hasn't had a 4,000 passing yard season since 2016. I do feel like Drew Brees is going to make the playoff. I feel like the Saints are better when he don't throw for 5,000 yards. I say that again. I feel like the Saints are better if he don't throw for 5,000 yards or he don't throw for 4,000 yards. Because you know why? I'm actually going into this season hoping that Drew Brees gets about 3,500 yards. You know why? I think everybody knows where I'm going with this. It's because they run the football. It's because they run the football. That is the reason why. I hope he throws for 3,500 yards. I hope, because that means that they running the hell out of the football. I do feel like the Saints are going to make the playoffs, though. It's going to have to take some catastrophic, you know what I'm saying, in order for them not to go. Josh, what's going on, man? He said, I really thought the Pats were going to snatch Bridge. Yeah, I thought so too, man. But I think the reason why they didn't end up getting him was the fact that Joe Brady, offensive coordinator from the LSU Tigers, ended up going to Carolina. I think that was appealing. And also the fact that Drew Brees came back. I think he was kind of holding off his decision to go to Carolina because he wanted to see what Drew Brees was going to do. When Drew Brees was like, I'm coming back, that's when he signed with Carolina. And the rest is history, man. And I wish Teddy Bridgewater luck. But I just think that the Pats probably was just, figuring, he probably going to go back to the Saints if Drew retired. So they was kind of waiting it out. And I think Carolina kind of just slid in there and it looked a little bit more appealing to him. And I'm not mad at him for that. Matt Ryan will win this year. We have addressed all our needs in free agency and in the draft. We are ready to strike. This year, you will be surprised. I would be surprised if they end up going to the Super Bowl. Highly surprised. But I don't know, man. Y'all, I don't know. Super Bowl, nah. Playoffs, yeah, I'll be with you on that. If they make the playoffs, okay. Super Bowl, nah. The Atlanta Falcons lose their first two games of the season. You got the Seahawks week 1, and you got the Cowboys week 2. You'll be 0-2 to start your season. Well, I hope, you know what I'm saying, I hope that game ended a tie. I hope they both lose with that Falcons and Cowboy game. y'all both need to lose. If that was possible, I would hope that. Falcons are 4-4 against the Saints since 2016. I mean, pretty average, but with the NFC, excuse me real quick. Had to wipe my nose. I didn't want to do that on camera. Me hearing Falcon fans saying that they will win the division this year. Look, man, they have the same type of they have that same type of enthusiasm and hope that we have as Saints fans. Nothing wrong with that. Did you read my other question about Norris Jenkins? No, I didn't. Look, I strolled down because I talked quite a bit, and sometimes, I'll be talking about the same thing, or I'll probably didn't change subject like 2 or 3 times, so I trying to stroll down. So, Randy, if you can, just resubmit your question, man, and I'll try to answer it. Julio Jones is a superstar that never was a Super Bowl champion. This is basically all you can say about him. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's a guy that's going to the Hall of Fame. Why is it always Cowboy fans coming after us every time we lose a game and they're not in our division? It's because of that neighboring state rivalry. And when the Saints do play the Cowboys, it do feel like it's a big deal. I wish they played each other every year. I think that it would generate a lot of ratings. And that bad blood between the Dallas Cowboy fans and them side jiffing bandwagon jumper New Orleans living Dallas Cowboy fans and Saints fans. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be interesting. TJ, how do you feel about the wild card game getting to host a playoff game if they have a better record than the team they are slated to play according to seeding? What I think about the wild card team getting to host a playoff game if they have a better record than the team that is slated and won a division. I guess that's what you're saying. I feel like they should do that. It rarely ever happens. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't happen enough. Okay, I will say this. It doesn't happen enough for us to address this. It only happened like twice in history. It only happened like twice in history. Like, I think it was like back when the Rams or something like that. And ironically, the Saints lost to the 7-9 Seattle Seahawks team. Ain't that crazy? Wow. Anyway, but it only happened like twice in history, so I don't think it's something that needs to be addressed consistently. With all the scrutiny Marcus Williams getting, Malcolm Big Mouth, not to mention PJ Williams being horrible, Saquon Hampton has a golden opportunity to grab the bull by the horns. No, he don't. Because all those guys you name are pretty good, for the exception of PJ Williams. Marcus Williams is not that bad. I mean, I think he's one of the best young safeties in football. I don't care what anybody says about that. Let the 2017 Minneapolis Miracle go, please. Let it go. Okay, that's the only thing that you can really say about the dude. Okay, yeah, he got some issues when it comes to tackling. Yeah, he goes towards the knees. But the guy's like really good in coverage. He has really good instinctive skills. And he always just catches, you know what I'm saying? He always mostly leads the team in interceptions. So I just think that everybody just holding on to that. They just need to go ahead and chill out. And Malcolm Jenkins, man, like the guy went 6 years with the Philadelphia Eagles, never missed a game. And just because you may not agree with his political views or the fact that he speaks out and he speaks his mind and he uses platform to go out here to talk about social justice issues, not a big deal to me, because one don't have anything to do with the other, okay? As long as he's going out there being productive, as long as he's going out there doing his job, I have absolutely no problem with it. PJ Williams, next question. Wake up, Dwayne. I wasn't wishing injury on Matt Ryan. I'm just saying the O-line in Atlanta are going to get him hurt. Yeah, they do need to fix that. They do. I wanted to know what you thought about Norris Jenkins' interview about him and Lattimore being one of the best cornerback duos in the league. I think he's absolutely right. I didn't even see the interview, and I will attest to that. I will agree with him 100%. They are. You know what I'm saying? Who can go up against them? Who are they battling against? King and Alexander out there in Green Bay, two of the most overrated cornerbacks, which I don't understand since we're talking about cornerbacks now. I don't understand, what Jair Alexander has done for him to be mentioned as one of the best cornerbacks in the league. I've seen him get smoked, roasted and toasted up the field on several occasions. Man-to-man coverage, he struggles. I mean, I was watching the game. I think they played the Cowboys, man. I mean, he had like 2 touchdowns on deep passes thrown on him, man. He was out there getting work. Okay, I mean, come on, man. It wasn't like he was going up against Amari at the time. He was going up against Michael Gallup, which I understand Michael Gallup is good, but still, you can't be out there talking about you the best and all that kind of stuff, man. You out there getting smoked. And I actually like Jair Alexander. I watched him at Louisville, and I was hoping he'll fall to the Saints. But, of course, he was too good, you know what I'm saying, so the Saints couldn't pick him. I wasn't wishing injury on Matt Ryan. Oh, yeah, I'm saying, man, I don't think he was – I won't say I thought you was wishing that. I just said knock on wood because I don't want that to happen. And I just kind of expounded on that, Already read that. TJ, why do you think Saints are hated so much? Because they good. They good. Like, number one, they hated on because they're good. Number two, because we got so much confidence in our team as a fan base that it annoys people. Because it's almost like, it's almost like that little small guy, right, that just walks around. All right, and he just knows that he's the ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just knows him. You got all these big old tall guys that are bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? Probably more stocky than him. But this little kid, you know what I'm saying? This little small guy, like they wonder, like, who in the heck do he think he is, man? I can break him if I wanted to. I can snap him if I wanted to. Like, you can do anything you want to do to the guy. But at the end of the day, he's going to dust himself off. And guess what? he's going to still stick his head up high because he knows that he's the ish. That's the same way that Saints fans feel all over. They like, man, who they think they is? They only got like one Super Bowl. It's not like they got 6 like the Steelers or 5 like the Cowboys. But guess what? We still got the same passion as if we had 6 Lombardi trophies in a case or 5 Lombardi trophies in a case. And yes, we still talk about the Super Bowl because it was the greatest moment that we ever thought, you know what I'm saying, that we would never see as fans. Okay, so anybody that the reason why they hate the Saints so much is because we so confident, we so cocky. We walk around here like we got 7 Super Bowls, and we don't care what anybody says. We don't care if the Saints lose. Well, I take that back. We do care if they lose, but we don't allow it to you know what I'm saying, like mess us up as fans or not make us want to go out there next year and cheer even louder. I feel like other fans out there, they love with consequence. You know what I'm saying? Like they love with consequence. You know what I'm saying? Like they just love, you know, no, they love on certain bases. Like if a team winning, you know what I'm saying? They scream a little louder. Okay, they might still be fans, but they really start screaming loud when the team start winning. When the Saints are losing, we still saying who they. If the Saints are winning, we still saying who they. And our voices are just as loud as they were if the Saints were 0-5. You know why? Because it's not just, you know what I'm saying? We're not just fans. It's a way of life. It's a culture. Okay, the New Orleans Saints are like embedded inside the fabric of the city of New Orleans. And you know what I'm saying? And it only takes a true Saints fan. He ain't got to be from New Orleans, but it takes only a true Saints fan for you to fully understand what it's like. And we don't care what anybody says. We don't care about no Cowboy fans. They ain't won nothing and God knows how long. I ain't worried about no Steeler fan. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about no Packers. None of that. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all Lombardies and all that kind of stuff. And anytime the NFL Network is showing something from back in the day, they're going to feature y'all. But today, over the last 15 years, the Saints have been one of the best teams in the league. And people can say, man, it's just 15 years. Look, 15 years is a really long time for you to be relevant, okay? Ask somebody like LL Cool J, okay? Ask somebody like Jay-Z. Ask somebody like that. Ask somebody like Denzel Washington, who has been doing it since 83, since he was, you know what I'm saying, on that TV show back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is that is a very long time to be relevant, you know what I'm saying, for you to be on in the conversation. So that's the reason why they hate us, because we know that we the ish, and we don't care if you don't think that we the ish. We're going to look at you in the face, say who that, and still say, even if your team was to beat ours, we got y'all in the playoffs. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, that's how we roll. Do you think they'll be a better duo than Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphreys? Yeah, I do. Marcus Peters too sometime for me, man. He need to get his emotions in check. I think something's seriously wrong with that guy. I think he needs to donate his brain to science, because I think some CTE is involved. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying that as a joke. Guy's just a loose cannon. But the Saints wanted him at one time, which I'm glad they didn't get him. I mean, he good now. Like, he really good, but man, the guy's a loose cannon. Jair Alexander not that good, folks. He got smoked by Amari Cooper that week right after Lattimore completely strapped him. Yeah. I mean, but Amari Cooper on the road is different from at home. I mean, that's what they say, but same guy. TJ, what are your 2 favorite Saints uniforms? Mine is the color rush and the throwbacks. I don't like nothing about the throwbacks. That reminds me too much of them losing. I'm gonna go to black on black, and then I'm gonna go with the color rush. I think their color rush is the best ones in the NFL. Cooper could not get open on Lattimore. Yeah, he shut him down. I think he only had like 23 yards in that game, if I ain't mistaken. We might have the best cornerback duo in the league, but the best cornerback is Tre'Davious. I don't think Tre'Davious White is the best cornerback in the league. I like him. I think that he's really good. I don't understand like how Stephon Diggs was the highest rated player for the Buffalo Bills on this year's Madden. But I like him a lot, but I don't think he's the best cornerback in the league. I really don't. I think that belongs to Stephon Gilmore. I think that guy is really, really good. Preach, TJ, man. I'm just telling the truth, though, Dwayne. That's all. That's all your boy doing. I'm just trying to be real. I feel we're hated because we're a small market. We don't generate a mass revenue like the New York or the Dallas or even Los Angeles, and we don't have controversy, so we don't give them a lot to talk about. Yeah, that's true. That's true. In the words of Eric Bischoff, controversy creates cash, and the Saints don't really give you a lot of it. I mean, this year, I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions. Of course, we know about Drew Brees' controversial comments and how it's going to affect the locker room, but I mean, I just feel like they kind of already nipped that in the bud. I don't feel like there's going to be too much behind that. But of course, the media is going to try to keep on talking about that. Be like, oh, yeah, yeah. But who cares? Okay. They all right. Hey, TJ, on Father's Day weekend last month at my church, they were presenting NFL team cups with our names on them. And when mine came up, I said, all I got to say is, who that? And I appreciate that, Jerry, man. Thank you so much. Keeping the State of the Saints podcast going, even in the church. Let the church say, amen. Let's see. Much love from cornerbacks of the WDN chat line. Hey, man, what's going on, CB, man? What's happening? Man, y'all check out CB, man. I remember we did a show with Big Q last week. Really enjoyed that, man. I definitely want to get you on here, man. So if you're still in the chat, I would love for us to like collab and do something, man, here. Or, what I'm saying, like if we can talk about Saints, man, I would love to have you on the show, man. Thank you so much for being a part of the live, brother. TJ, the host of the podcast, he's not going to worry about Atlanta Falcons. He's going to focus on his team, the New Orleans Saints, and he's going to focus on his work and his family. I'm a Saints fan for life. Yeah, man. I mean, those are the things, man. God is first, family, and then everything else. So I'm really passionate about this. I'm really passionate about the Saints. So love doing the State of the Saints podcast. Definitely a highlight of my day when I get an opportunity to come up in here and do a show. TJ, who do you think is better, Patrick Mahomes or Russell Wilson? Man, man, that's a tough question. I love Russell Wilson, as y'all all know. I wish he would play for the Saints. I mean, he's my favorite player that doesn't play for the Saints. But I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes due to the fact the last time we seen him, he was hoisting a Lombardi trophy. And I do understand that Russell Wilson does have a Super Bowl, but Russell Wilson is just starting to be the face of the franchise and being the reason why the Seattle Seahawks are making the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes is definitely the reason why. And he has been since he's been a starter in the National Football League. And he has been an MVP on both levels, Super Bowl and NFL. So I got to go with the young guy right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as the talent, I feel like he still has a lot to grow. He has a lot of growth to do, even though he has a great arm talent. He has a lot of work to do, but I'll give it to Patrick Mahomes right now. Bro, everybody hates us because they ain't us. Quoting from the famous movie The Interview with Seth Rogen and what you call him? Man, what's the dude's name? James Franco. Yeah. They hate us because they ain't us. In-man coverage. We are so passionate about our Saints. Win or lose, we'll be at the airport welcoming the team back home. The Lambs had 4 fans show up at the airport in Los Angeles after they lost in the Super Bowl. That is absolutely true. Not a surprise, though. I mean, they were a new team, and they just moved back to Los Angeles for the first time, and I think about 20 years or something like that. So they still got their fan base trying to grow out there and stuff like that. So hopefully this new stadium and maybe some winning will be involved, because Los Angeles is a very tough market. You know what I'm saying? People will support you, but they don't like losers. Dwayne, I like the color rush and the all black, and also the black jerseys with the gold pants. I don't know, man. I don't really care for the black and the gold, man. It remind me too much of the losing. And every time it seems like they wear those uniforms, they do lose. My favorite Saints uniform is all black, black jersey, and gold pants, gold jersey and black pants. Oh, you like the gold jerseys back in the day. I think they only won them maybe like one time, and I think that was in a primetime game. It's us against the world, but we don't care because we overcome almost any and every type of adversity that strikes us. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Like, it don't seem that way as of late. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Saints fan, but I gotta be 100 with you. Yeah. So let's see. TJ, do you think Alvin will get a bigger deal than what Henry got? No, I don't. And I don't think he should. And I like Alvin Kamara, but Derrick Henry is an every down back that the team relies on heavily in order for them to have any type of success. Okay, Alvin Kamara, even though he is a huge factor, and why the Saints are successful. He is not the reason. He is just one of the reasons. If you take Derrick Henry off the Tennessee Titans team, there is no way in God's green earth that they making it all the way to the AFC Championship game. I can't say the same thing when it comes to Alvin Kamara, but he is good. He deserves his money, and he deserves to be close to that, just not that much. The Falcons front office stay failing in the draft. Yep, and O-line. Absolutely. And it's hard to say if they failed in the O-line because these offensive linemen that they got seem to always get hurt. People call Mike Thomas a crybaby, but those same people are crying over his Madden rating. Look, they can call him a crybaby all you want to. And look, I don't care if a guy's a crybaby as long as he go out there and play. And when somebody says, like they talk about he, get mad when the team lose and he go off the radar and stuff like that. But what's that old saying? Show me a guy that likes, that's okay with losing, and I'll show you a loser, right? So if this man was okay and be like, man, we got y'all, like, that's loser talk right there. Nobody wants a loser. You know what I'm saying? Show me a guy that's okay with losing, and I'll show you a loser. And he's not a loser. Are you doing a podcast tonight at 12 o'clock your time? No, man, that was actually a mistake. I actually did my unapologetic podcast. And what happened was I mistakenly did that schedule for the unapologetic podcast that wasn't intended for the State of the Saints. I will contact you, TJ. ACB, State of the Saints at gmail.com. State of the Saints at gmail.com. Or you can go to Facebook and just search the State of the Saints podcast, and you can leave me an inbox, man. I just need your information, man. I want to collab, man. Let's make that happen. Michael Thomas is a beast. I don't care. That's the way I feel. Like all this conversation, all this talking, and man, the 9 route, running the street. He don't run nothing deep. Bruh, I don't care. I don't care if he never run a deep route. Long as when he catch the ball, he run with it. We need a black color rush. Yeah, wouldn't be too bad. They trying to play Michael Thomas on Twitter. I can care less. And I think he don't care. That's true, TJ. Black jersey with gold pants. We do be losing. Yeah, they lose a lot now. Every time I see them lately with that black and gold on, they lose. Michael Thomas is athletically challenged, and yet he still produced jaw-dropping numbers, which people need to understand. He doesn't even have like all the physical abilities and stuff like that some of these other great wide receivers that we always put in conversations possess, but yet he's still in the conversation. How does that happen? What is the captain, or who is the captain of the team on the New Orleans Saints? You got Drew Brees, you got the Mario Davis, you got Craig Robinson, you got Cam Jordan. You got Ryan Armstead, he's one. I want to say Thomas Morstead is one also. I could be wrong. And I think that's it. I don't think I forgot anybody, but those are the captains of the team. Might be different this year. They change over time. They get voted on by the players, so who knows? We wore them gold jerseys once, and we lost to the Vikings when Culpepper picked up his own fumble, and D was like, duh, and he ran. Yeah, man, that's when Randy Moss, man, torched them, boy. That's probably why they don't wear them no more. TJ, I hope Breeze bring back our 2009 pregame. Hasn't for 2020. I think he did it last year. I think they had it last year. He was bringing that in the huddle. Derrick Henry is the Titans. I don't know why they paid Tannehill before him, because Tannehill the quarterback. Quarterback the most important position on the field. I'm gonna throw it down, folks. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. It's been a long day for your boy. I'm excited, man. I woke up this morning. My son got his first haircut today. I'm really excited about that, man. He was such a big boy in the chair. I set him in the chair, man. You know what I'm saying? He squirmed just a little bit because he wasn't too sure about it, but we got it done, man. So, I went out, hung out with my family and stuff like that. So, man, it's been a long day. So I thank y'all for being a part of it. So we're gonna read a few more, man. And once again, I apologize. I'm skipping folk. I just want to make sure we get through these. And let's see, we're gonna read a few more. It says the whole offensive scheme is tailored to Henry, basically. I mean, because he everything to him. I think the Saints might go after Cam Newton or Dak Prescott after this season if Drew retires. I don't agree with that. I think that Cam gonna do enough for New England to resign him, and Dak Prescott, excuse me, probably gonna end up playing for maybe the Chicago Bears. Just my opinion. What's up, TJ? You think we done added to the roster before the season starts? Yes, I do. I think COVID had a lot to do with the fact that a lot of teams weren't signing guys because they didn't have opportunities to actually talk to these guys face to face. So I think you're going to start seeing that once training camp pick up. TJ, I hope Breeze bring back the pregame chant. Yeah, I already read that one. Yeah, I agree with you, man. But I say that he done it already. They did it last year. How would you rate the NFC South quarterback from 1 to 4? I would say Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Teddy Bridgewater, in that order. I gotta get a nod. I gotta get the nod to Tom Brady, man. I mean, I like Drew Brees, but I mean, he got a lot of hard way going up against, man. So gotta give him his respect. Drew Brees. Now that rating they have absolutely nothing to do with the quality of quarterback play. Okay, don't have anything to do with it. Dwayne, thank you very much, man, for the 99 cents, man. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. And this is going to be the very last one. Okay, and this comes from Jerry. Says, happy to hear your son got a haircut. Go ahead, Daddy TJ. Yeah, man, I'm excited about that. I think Brian asked me, am I going to be on? Am I going to watch the WWE pay-per-view tomorrow? Yeah, man, I'm watching it. House of Horrors. What is that? Extreme Rules or something like that? I don't know, man. Whatever. I know that Dolph Ziggler taking on Drew McIntyre. I'm probably losing some of y'all right now because y'all don't know what the heck I'm talking about if you don't watch wrestling. And also, that's a match I'm looking forward to, the Drew McIntyre match. I like what they're doing with Apollo Crews and MVP and Bobby Lashley. I like that. Bobby Lashley finally getting some personality. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Raw is being recorded now, so they can easily say, man, stop that. And they can kind of edit it and make him look and sound better. So I think it's kind of helping his career. And, I like the Street Profits, man. I like so many guys now. And I think Randy Orton is probably the best. Randy Orton probably the best wrestler in the world right now. As far as his personality and the storylines and stuff. So want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. This has been fun, man. This has been a fun show. And I want to say to each and every one of you, if you have not already, please check out, don't check out just yet, but please subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Unapologetic Podcast. It's an independent podcast, man. It doesn't talk about sports, but it definitely talks about life. And I think you all will get a different side of me, you know what I'm saying? You'll hear different stories about my life and everything like that. You also hear different topics, you know what I'm saying? We talk about all type of things. On the first edition, I had my best friends from college. They were on the show with me on this edition, man. And we really got into some deep talk, man. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, you know what I'm saying, August Alsina. We talked about some of the social issues that are going on. I mean, we just even talked about our families, man, and some real personal stuff. So looking forward to seeing some of you subscribe to the channel. Once again, youtube.com, search Unapologetic Podcast. So Thank y'all so much. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, The State of the Saints, State of the Saints podcast, if you have not already. Facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast, and check out the podcast version in audio form on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Till next time, all I